Hello everyone. In this video, we'll dive into the design and structure of this building. A large tractor trailer has overturned its cargo container and chassis lying disabled in a grassy ditch. A recovery team arrives on the scene with heavy-duty cranes to begin the difficult task of clearing the wreckage. After a careful inspection reveals the cause of the accident, a completely sheared-off trailer kingpin, the complex lifting operation commences. With chains and hooks secured, the cranes first right the mangled truck cab, placing it back on the road. Next, they hoist the massive trailer frame, setting it down so repairs can begin. The broken kingpin is removed and taken to a local workshop. There, a skilled machinist gets to work, fabricating a brand new part from a solid block of steel. On a powerful lathe, he meticulously turns the metal, shaving it down to precise dimensions, carefully measuring his progress with calipers. He expertly cuts grooves and shapes the pin before machining a perfect thread onto its end. With the custom-made component complete, Skilled machinists undertake a monumental task. A colossal steel shaft, secured in a massive lathe, spins with immense force as a cutting tool meticulously shaves off ribbons of metal, shaping the raw material with precision. The air is thick with the scent of hot metal and cutting fluid. Using a heavy-duty hoist, the workers carefully lift and reposition the weighty component, preparing it for the next stage of its transformation. With practiced hands, they continue the turning process, expertly crafting splines and grooves into the shaft's ends, transforming it into a functional industrial part. Once the shaft is complete, it is moved aside, and the focus shifts to a different machine, a powerful gear hopper. A pre-welded blank is hoisted into position, ready to be carved. The machine roars to life. Its specialized cutting head, bathed in a stream of red coolant engaging with the steel. With hypnotic precision, the hopper cuts deep helical teeth into the shaft, slowly rotating the workpiece to create a perfect gear. Each pass of the cutter refines the shape, turning a simple cylinder into a complex and vital component. After the final tooth is cut, the newly minted gear is carefully unfastened and lifted from the machine, a testament to the crew's skill. The scene then shifts to a salvage yard, where the life cycle of heavy machinery continues. Powerful cranes work in tandem, their steel cables straining as they lift the mangled remains of a wrecked truck. The twisted cab and heavy axle assemblies are carefully maneuvered onto a flatbed trailer, cleared from a past failure and perhaps destined for recycling or rebuilding, showcasing the raw power required in both the creation and recovery of these industrial giants. the painstakingly repairing the rusted and damaged frame. Armed with oxyacetylene torches, they skillfully heat and weld sections of the chassis, their bright flames cutting through the decay and fusing new metal in its place. Hammers ring out as they meticulously reshape bent steel, ensuring the foundation is strong and true. The crew works in unison, measuring, cutting, and welding new support beams and cross members, gradually rebuilding the cab's core structure from the ground up. With the framework restored, they turn their attention to the body panels. The floor is a patchwork of old and new. As sections are cut out and replaced, each piece carefully welded and hammered into perfect alignment. The roof, a separate heavy piece of metal, is carried over and expertly welded onto the frame enclosing the structure. The focus then shifts to the finer details as they repair and straighten the door pillars and roofline, using clamps and brute force to coax the metal back into its original shape. The culmination of their efforts sees the fully restored cab, now structurally sound, being carefully lifted by a team of men and maneuvered onto a waiting chassis. They painstakingly align the mounting points before lowering it into its final position. The process continues with the installation of the steering column and other essential mechanical components under the chassis, bringing the truck one step closer to its rebirth on the open road. In a bustling open-air workshop, the intricate reassembly of a truck cab is underway. The process begins with the bare essentials, as mechanics carefully install the steering column, meticulously tightening each bolt to secure it to the primed frame. With the core components in place, the focus shifts to the bodywork. A worker smooths the surfaces around the door frame, preparing it for the next stage. Inside the door, the latch and window mechanisms are painstakingly assembled and fitted. The transformation gains momentum as a team carefully lifts the upper windshield frame and fastens it to the top of the cab. With the main structure complete, the vehicle comes alive with color. Artists begin by hand-painting vibrant, traditional patterns onto the side panels. Meanwhile, the front of the cab is masked with newspaper, and a painter applies bold red and blue stripes with a spray gun, creating a crisp, modern design. The beautifully decorated panels are then attached, bringing the truck's unique personality to life. The team installs the newly painted fuel tank, wires the radiator under the tilting cab, and lays down carpeting on the interior floor. In a display of remarkable skill, the ornate windshield is expertly installed using a rope to pull the rubber gasket into place. Finally, the intricately decorated doors are hung, windows are fitted, the battery is connected, and the dashboard is installed. Vibrantly patterned seats are then maneuvered into the cab and securely bolted down, with mechanics making precise adjustments. Attention then turns to the exterior, where the windshield wiper assembly is installed, followed by the ornate, custom-painted front grille and hood. The truck is adorned with dazzling decorations and elaborate trim, completing its stunning transformation. Finally, the finished masterpiece, a rolling work of art, proudly drives out of the workshop. Thank you for joining, goodbye, and see you again in the next construction projects.